Hey everybody, Seanymous and B-Rye are back. We're going to be talking about our predictions for Season 8 of Game of Thrones. Now we know it's going to be a bit until we get Season 8,
Yep.
but it doesn't hurt to kind of speculate and
Yep. Go over some predictions, some theories.
Try to guess where the direction's going to go, because we got some time until it happens.
Right.
First up,
Yep. You go.
do you think the Night King is like a specific person, or do you think the Night King is just some dude in the north?
I think it's just some dude in the north.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Like, he may, be a Stark, but I don't think it matters.
Yeah, sure, he might be tied to the Starks because they're traditionally part of the First Men and all that, but as to if they're anyone significant, it's better if it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't... And I don't think he's Bran either. That just doesn't make any sense to me.
There's a lot of stuff that...
People are always like, oh, look how he dresses. I'm like, that's how everybody in the north dresses.
Yeah.
Okay?
I think
Jorah dresses like that.
I think showing a parallel between Bran and the Night King is just because they're the only ones that were at odds this whole season, that have... Besides, when Jon went to go fight over at Hardhome or whatever it was called, that Bran and the Night King are kind of just eyeballing each other through their special abilities, or whatever you want to call it. Bran knows that, or Bran and the Night King have seen each other, just the same as Night King and Jon have seen each other, but he knows that Bran is more significant, powered.
Yeah, but I just don't see Bran being Night King. It just doesn't make any sense.
No. I can see, the whole going back in time thing, where he goes back, wargs into the first man that gets turned into the Night King. I don't see that. I can see him becoming Bran the Builder, who builds the wall in the first place by going back in time. But, I don't know.
I also don't see the Night King lasting after this battle, so I don't think it matters if Bran wargs back and
no.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't matter.
It was cool, though, that when they're marching towards the wall or whatever, you can see, or no, or they already went over the wall, I think, or whatever, but you could see the Stark sigil of the dire wolf, and them marching. That was cool.
Alright, let's get into that. Do you think that was actually the dire wolf symbol, or do you think it was just coincidence?
No, I think it's either a little nod to just have people look at it and go, oh my god, that must mean something, just to kind of throw people off, maybe, because it's not entirely perfect as to how it's formed.
Yeah.
But then again, it could just mean that the Night King used to be a Stark. I
think it means nothing. There's a lot of people online saying, it means that Bran is taking control over the walkers, and that's stupid.
Yeah.
If you could do that, why not turn them into Voltron and just take out all the whites? That's dumb. I'm not even sure if it was really the dire wolf head, if it was the house symbol. It didn't. I think it was more of a happy coincidence.
I don't know. I think whoever's doing the special effects and whatnot, it was just a little, and whoever the director was, just wanted to put a little thing in there. You know?
I think it was more a happy coincidence. Even if it was something, it doesn't. I don't think it means anything.
Yeah.
And it was with the sword with the hilt where it's the wolf's head, and when Jon's coming out of the ice,
the reflection of his glove.
All the reflection of the glove looks like the eyes open up.
Yeah, I remember people freaked out about that. And it's it was because his glove came out and it's
the
reflection.
That was a happy accident. I think this is a happy accident because, like you said, it's not a perfect symbol. So
I think it's just thing to drive hype, to make people guess more. It's put there as a device, just as an Easter egg, but it's a red herring. It doesn't really go anywhere.
Yeah, I think it's nothing, and at most it is there, but it means nothing.
Yeah.
All right, Night King. Do you think he could see the future?
It would make sense, because it seemed very much like they were waiting for Jon and them to show up so they can ambush him, and they seemed like they were prepared for dragons, because they had those spears, they had the chains to pull it out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, the Night King knew when Bran was warging into crows and looking at him. I guess he would notice a large grouping of crows anyway.
Yeah.
North of the wall, but it makes sense that he would have some sort of foresight into what's going to happen.
I think it's kind of the Lord of the Lights, how they look in the fire, they could see like a vision of the future.
Yeah.
But it's like from someone. It's you don't know what perspective it's in.
They get fragments and pieces.
Yeah,
and
so it
they
like
try
helps
to
them
put it together.
It helps them to go to a certain place. Like it helped them go up north, past the wall.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he could be like, oh, I know what's going to happen tomorrow type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like he just gets glimpses and he interprets it.
Yeah.
Like if he for sure knew that there's going to be like a ton of dragons there, why not just take out Drogon?
Yeah, why not take out all three?
Yeah.
You know?
Why not take out Drogon first, the one that was sitting
before they can escape
and had everybody on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like what he saw was him taking down a dragon. He taking down the one that was flying. He didn't see the other two in the whatever vision he saw of the future.
Yeah, he knew that one had a purpose. He had to get that one.
Yeah, but it was one of those things. But because he only saw that one dragon, he wasn't prepared to go after the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason why I can make sense of not going after the one that's sitting there.
Yeah,
not moving, and the biggest of them all, and how it's holding all the characters.
Yeah.
So that's just my guess. What about Bran? Do you think he could see the future?
We haven't seen him see the future yet, only the past.
Yeah.
But he says he can see almost everything.
He says he sees everything.
It's coming in pieces, though, and he's
Yeah.
trying to put it together.
He seems like a librarian, where like it's like they have all these books, but like they need to know which book to look up.
They need the card catalog to
Yeah. So
Thank God for the Dewey Decimal System.
Yeah. He needs to know what to look at to find it. He can't like.
You're right. Yeah, because he didn't know about Lyanna and Rhaegar having a marriage.
Yeah.
Getting married until Sam told him. He's like, "Can't you just go back and look?" He's like, "Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, I'm there. Yeah, you're right. They did get married.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I did not know that until just now."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't think we've seen anything to determine he could see the future. Because why would he need to send off ravens and work into them to see where the Night King's at?
Right.
He wouldn't need to keep touch on him if he could see the future.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my theory on it, anyways.
Yeah.
Then, big thing that happened at the end last season was Jaime heading north on his own.
Oh yeah, packing up shit and saying, "Fuck
Yeah.
you, Cersei. I'm heading north."
Yeah. What do you think that reception is going to be like?
That's going to be very awkward for a number of reasons. I think Jon is going to be on the wayward part of being kind of like, "Well, let's hear him out." Obviously, he's got a purpose of being here, or otherwise he wouldn't have come alone.
But what about like him and Bran and him and Arya, him and Sansa?
I think Bran would understand, or not understand, but like he wouldn't care. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, he's here to help us. Yeah, he tried to kill you." You know.
But still, though, it's a weird reunion of
Arya's going to be a hothead.
Yeah.
She's going to want to kill him. Daenerys is going to want to kill him because he charged at her with a spear.
Yeah. Yeah, what's Drogon going to do when he sees him?
Yeah.
He's going to spit fire at him?
The only ones that are going to probably try and stop everybody from killing Jaime is going to be Jon, Tyrion, and Brienne. You know.
Yeah.
She's going to tell him, no, he is honorable. You know, like even though he's the Kingslayer, I've known, we've been through hell and back together. You know.
Do you think he would bend the knee to Dany, to Daenerys?
I'd say no.
Then do you think they're going to accept him helping if he doesn't bend the knee? Because it's only him. Why does he? And he's got one hand.
Yeah.
Does it really matter that he's there? He's alive?
They're just going to let him. They're going to keep a watch on him. They'll probably lock him up at first, then let him out. You know, like keep like a hard watch on him. They're gonna.
Yeah.
Daenerys is going to tell Tyrion like, if you watch your brother, if you betray me, my dragon's going to eat you.
Do you think Bronn ends up joining him, or do you think Bronn's going to sit this out?
I think Bronn's going to sit this out. He's kind of seen some shit now. Now that there's dragons, he said before.
Yeah.
Now that there's dragons involved, you're fucked. I'm going home.
Yeah. Then zombie war. Who do you think's going to win the zombie war? Nick North's going to win. Or do you think zombies going to win?
North's going to win.
Okay. How many dragons are left after?
Probably one.
I'm thinking 0.
Yeah. I'm thinking Rogan or Rhaegon, whatever it is, the one that's named after Jon's dad.
I think it would be zero just because having a dragon would, against regular people, common folk. Oh, Star Wars is happening.
Yeah. Hey, a text message.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like if they got a dragon, then they just pretty much overpower Cersei's army.
Yeah.
It would make sense for her to them to lose all the dragons.
Unless she's
even
making
the odds.
Unless she's making more of those crossbow things and putting them in all the towers in King's Landing, you know.
Yeah, but we've already seen that happen. We don't really need to see it again. I think it would make more sense to lose the dragons.
King's Landing is a large place. If she had like 100 of those things everywhere, manned by like a squad of 4 people each.
Yeah.
They would hesitate about flying over because they'd all be aiming at it at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, that she's gonna try and prepare for now that she's seen the dragons and she knows everyone else's plans. She's gonna hole up there and try and defend it as much as possible.
I think we lose all the dragons just that way you have more of a sense of dread coming up with the next war after the zombie war. It's like, great, we kill those people, but we're like, we got half an army left. We have no dragons. Cersei outnumbers us, and it's not gonna. I think there's gonna be no dragons.
What if something happened like this, where we lose all 3?
Uh-huh.
And yeah, it's looking grim. Daenerys is depressed as hell because all of her children are gone, except for her child with Jon. You know, but what if like the spider? What's his name? Varys. What if at whatever point he finds more dragon eggs? And there's like 10 of them. You know, brings it back.
But we don't. Just because she was able to do it once doesn't mean.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying it.
And I doubt they'd be able to find dragons. They haven't seen dragons in like 100 years.
Well, no, but I mean, dragon eggs that were presented to her, those couldn't have been the only ones that were left that were petrified.
I think it could be. I think it's very possible. I think it's most likely we have 0 dragons after all this.
I'm saying at least 1.
Okay. Who of the main characters that are fighting up north dies in the zombie war? I'm calling it zombie war. I don't give a shit.
I'd say definitely Beric Dondarrion. The dude that kept getting revived. He's got the eye patch.
He's on his last life.
Yeah. I don't think the Hound, because he's going to see... I don't know, he might, because when he was talking to his brother and telling him, like, you know who's coming for you, he might not have been talking
But he
about
also
him.
said, you've always known, which makes me think it is him.
Yeah.
It's not...
No, because, I mean...
It's not satisfying for anybody except for the Hound to kill him.
There's a theory on the Hound, though, as to why his face got burned.
Yeah, because the mountain pushed his face in the fire.
Yeah, but at night...
That's not a theory. It actually happened.
No, I know. No, I mean, there's a theory behind it. It wasn't just because the Hound took one of the Mountain's toys. That might be what his parents told him, or whatever. Like, because he might have been looking in the fire, and he already had the potential to have visions. Just never did it again because fire scared the shit out of him. So he had a vision of the Mountain being killed when he was older. He was telling him the Mountain didn't like that, burned his face into it.
That seems weird.
And then, so like he's telling him, like, you've always known who it's going to be because I told you from the beginning.
But why would he have forgotten that one part of it when he vividly remembers getting burned and who burned him? But he forgets the 5 seconds before it.
I don't know.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Unless that was his cover, like he wasn't sure if he really saw something, so he just kind of went with that story that it was just over a toy.
Either way, though, from like a storytelling sense, it's not satisfying to see the Mountain get killed by anybody besides the Hound.
Yeah.
I was like, as much fun as it would be to see Arya kill him, there's no emotional attachment there.
I don't know, because there might be some foreshadowing of her battling Brienne, because Brienne's so much bigger than her that she can take on a person that's bigger than her, heavier, you know.
I think that was just to show us how good of a fighter Arya is now.
I don't know.
Because she had, like, what, maybe a month's training at the assassin school?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden she's just as good as everybody else.
Plus her water dancing from her teacher, you know.
Yeah.
Like, Sergio Farrell.
Yeah. But, I don't know. I think it just makes more sense for the Hound to kill off the Mountain.
Yeah. I mean...
and plus, everybody wants to see the Clegane Bowl.
Well, yeah. Those are the two that I want to see. Like, those are the two people I wouldn't mind seeing taking the Hound out, or the Mountain out. Is the Hound and Arya. Anyone else? Yeah. Don't really care.
Yeah. So who else is going to die in the zombie war? I think Jorah's going to die.
Yeah, Jorah might die. Probably some sort of sacrifice play for Daenerys. Or for Jon.
Yeah.
Because she knows how Daenerys feels about Jon.
Yeah.
Something along that line.
What about Jaime or Tyrion? Do any of them those die?
I don't think Jaime will. I think going over the whole Azor Ahai thing, whoever the Princess Promised is, I'm still convinced there's a chance it's Jaime. So I don't think it's him to die up there yet, unless it's a sacrifice play kind of thing. Like he knows he's going to die, but he goes anyway.
So he basically only got the guy with only one eye dying. And
No.
Jorah. So
I mean, the Hound could die.
I don't see it happen.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
So we got two at most 3 people dying in the zombie war.
Yeah, I mean, it might be Jaime because Jaime might die, but I think he's going to kill the Night King. Because the whole thing with him being, he killed the Mad King, represents
King
fire.
Slayer.
Yeah, and then he kills the Night King, who represents ice.
Mm-hmm.
So fire and ice, a song about fire, a song of fire and ice. So like it's actually about Jaime.
But George R. R. Martin's already come out and said it's about Daenerys and Jon Snow.
I don't know. He's led us astray before, where he's like, "Oh, weddings are fine in my books, in my show."
He's never come out and said that.
I know, but it's just...
You think that from something else?
I never know. I mean, it'd be cool to see if it was Jaime.
What about Tormund or whatever?
I hope he just settles down with Brienne. They have a nice little cottage together and have 5 monstrous children.
This is Game of Thrones. They don't give you happy endings, though.
They might be the only ones that have a happy ending. I think seriously, once that wall came down, they were on the very edge of where it crumbled. So they see it all happen. And, shit, we got to get over to Castle Black. So they're just running across the top of the thing of the wall.
All right.
So I think both of them survived.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to die up north though. Or fighting the Night King.
Okay. Who will be on the Iron Throne after the zombie war? Is it going to be Cersei?
No.
After the zombie war. Not the
Oh.
the last war, after the zombie war.
Okay.
Because it could be Euron.
Yeah.
Euron doesn't seem like a trustworthy fellow.
No, he likes to fuck over anyone and everyone.
Yeah. And do you really see him, after all this, playing second fiddle to Cersei?
No.
Just being her king?
Although when he's bringing back the elephants and the hired mercenaries that Cersei got, they might end up killing him or something.
They're already paid off. He's got the largest ship, navy,
Yeah.
in all of Westeros.
Well, I mean, once they land in the Seven Kingdoms, then that's where they're like, okay, have an elephant step on him.
What if Euron's like, hey, you guys can all stay here now? That's the biggest thing that they want to do is go back to Westeros. Or at least the guy that started it, he wanted to go back to Westeros.
Yeah.
And then Euron has the biggest navy, tells them, alright, go kill Cersei. Or throw her in jail, wanted to. I'll be the king. You guys can do whatever you want.
Yeah. I think
Take over whatever castle you want.
I really hope not, though, because I don't like Euron.
Euron could kill Cersei.
Yeah.
He's a little brother.
Yeah.
Killed it. His older brother was Papa Greyjoy.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a little brother.
I mean, it could be him. It could be a lot of people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of little brothers in Game of Thrones.
There is.
Although, it could be her child that kills her.
That's not a little brother. Well, it is a little brother.
Yeah.
But it says that it chokes the life out of you with his hands around your neck.
Does it?
Yeah. I'll look that up real quick. You go ahead and vamp.
Okay. Because the way one of the theories that I read about was that she would die in childbirth because like if she were to die in childbirth, and if it was a dwarf like Tyrion, that would just be like the icing on the cake. And then Tyrion adopts that child because, like, for whatever reason, like, she dies before he gives birth, so they have to, like, go in and then take her out, so it wasn't born before she died. Once they take it out, they see that it's a dwarf, and Tyrion's like, I will raise him as my son, and, you know.
Yeah. And when your tears have drowned you, the Valonqar shall wrap his hands around your pale white throat and choke the life from you.
Huh.
That doesn't seem like a baby to me.
No.
Babies aren't that strong.
That's true.
I've met a bunch of babies. You put like 1,000 babies in here, I'd kill them all. I'd punch them all to death. Not one of them will choke the life out of me.
No.
Guarantee it. I could sit around.
Have you ever experienced a dirty diaper? That'll choke you pretty good.
I could tie my hands behind my back, chain one of my legs up to a wall. I'll still kill 1,000 babies in this room before one of them takes me down. Guaranteed.
What if you cover one in spikes and toss it at you?
Nope, it's still not going to choke the life out of me. I may stub my toe on it.
Yeah.
But I'll still take it out. Alright, so who do you think will kill? Do you think Cersei will die, yes or no?
Yes.
I think Cersei will die too.
That's like definitely an ending that we need, that's a character that's their end, is to die. If you don't get that, there's no satisfaction. There's no...
But this is Game of Thrones. It could end with Cersei on the Iron Throne at the very end.
Yeah.
And
I'd be mad.
George R. R. Martin just gave you the finger. You know?
Yeah. I'd be mad, though. I don't want that to happen.
But it could. But, so do you think she'll be pregnant? Do you think she'll give birth to the child?
No. I don't think...
You think the baby's going to die?
The stance that I'm at right now, yeah, I think that she's either going to miscarry or she's going to die before it's born.
I think she's going to give birth.
Mm-hmm.
And the parents that'll raise it could be Daenerys and Jon Snow. Will raise it as their own baby. And that baby can be a Targaryen. And it's also a Lannister. It could be both. Just like he told what's his face? He could be a Greyjoy, and he can be
Stark.
He's a Greyjoy and he's a Stark. What's his name? I forgot it. Reek.
Theon.
Yeah. So yeah, the baby could be a Targaryen and a Stark. Daenerys can't have kids, she says.
Well, I mean, she didn't really get it from a reliable source.
Yes, but that's also not how you know you can't have babies. If she can't have her period, you know, that would also tell her maybe she hasn't had her moon blood in a long time, so she thinks she can't have kids, or she knows she can't have kids. You know?
Yeah. I don't know. If you're barren, you could still have periods. You just.
I'm just saying maybe that's how she also knows that she can't have kids.
Yeah.
Like, I think that witch was full of shit.
Yeah, she was very manipulative, very
But also, as we've seen, witches pretty reliable as far as their predictions.
Nah.
They've been fairly reliable.
Well, I mean, yeah, they've been reliable. I'm saying nah.
They got an accuracy of just about 100%.
She's not barren. I think she's still able to have kids. She convinced herself that she wasn't. She didn't want to go through that pain again. But
all right. So who killed Cersei? We both think she dies. Who do you think killed her?
I think I'm going to go for the triple play. The hat trick is going to be Jaime, because he's going to kill the Mad King, the Night King, and the Mad Queen.
That is a triple threat.
And then he's going to look at Jon Snow and Daenerys and say, I got nothing left. You know, I had to do what I had to do. Just kill me. You know, I killed your father, and I killed your father. Kill me. You know, well, he didn't kill Ned Stark, but he led to him being.
I don't think they'd kill him though. That doesn't make much sense.
No, I mean they'll probably like try to tell him, you know, no, you just live out your life in the hills or something, or you know, or Jorah's like dragon scale.
Yeah. Well, if it's Theon's a little brother.
Yeah.
That'd be the most unsatisfying
Yeah,
murder in all of the show.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, sure, okay, but
Here's my triple threat.
Okay.
Although I don't know if it's really triple threat. But it'll be Jamie. But it's actually Arya wearing Jamie's face because Jamie dies in the war, in the zombie war.
That would be interesting. Yeah, because her doing the whole face thing, like, yeah, she's done it to kill a couple people, but I don't think the reason why we've seen her do all this has been...
I think she gets...
It's working to something.
I think she can only get the faces off somebody that's been killed.
Yeah.
Or dead.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, all this time, we're still working towards what her final story is. Like, it's...
But we could have also had her final story. Her story arc could be over with. Everybody except for Cersei on her list is dead.
No, the mountain is still there.
But was the mountain on her list?
Mountain was on her list.
Well, who gives a fuck? She took out all the Freys.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good end to a story arc. That's going out with a bang.
I'm afraid she did.
Yeah. I mean, that's literally going out with a bang on your story arc.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's back home, back with the family. I know this is an argument against what I said, but...
Yeah. There's just so many theories to go over. And like,
yeah.
I mean, even we just went back and watched a lot of this season again, just to get some more clarification and to get it a little bit more fresh in the mind. And you don't really come away with more answers. You come away with more questions. Yeah. So it's really tough to sit there and commit to one set theory. You just kind of play with all of them and see what happens.
Yeah.
But
all right, here we go. Jon Snow.
Good dude.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah. Handsome.
Yep.
Like him.
Has a nice ass.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, find out he's a true-born Targaryen.
Yeah.
True blood, true
Not a bastard, legit.
Legit. Do you think that affects his relationship with Dany?
Oh, yeah. I think it freaks him out, and she's kind of like, I mean, we're Targaryens, because there was a point in the beginning when she was expecting to marry her brother before she got married off to Drogo.
Yes.
Because that's just part of their family history, that sometimes brothers and sisters marry and, other family members and whatnot, just to keep the bloodline pure. Yeah. So I don't think it'll affect her all that much. She might be a little weirded out at first, because it's surprising. So he's going to be pretty freaked out, and she's going to call him down, and then they're going to realize that makes him first in line for the throne, so then she's going to freak out, and he's going to calm her down by telling her he doesn't want it. He's like, you could be the ruler. I don't care about the Iron Throne. I don't care who's in line for what. I just want to serve the people.
Yeah, I think it's going to fuck things up more politically than relationship-wise.
Yeah, I think relationship-wise they'll make it work. Yeah. It's just politically it's gonna fuck with a lot of people.
Because I think that they're going to be like, well, we've already crossed the line.
We already stuck it in once, ain't gonna stop us again.
Yeah. Can't take that back, can we? Nope. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it'll change anything. Plus, you got like Jamie up there. He's like, I don't want it. Just gonna shrug it. Oh, I don't care, don't I?
Well, they're standing there at the throne.
Do what you will.
And Jon and Daenerys is like, well, you take the throne. No, you take the throne. No, you, please. I insist. I insist.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to cause a lot of problems politically. Because I don't think... I think even though Dany likes him, she's more obsessed with being king than fucking Jon Snow, basically.
Yeah. I think for her it's surprising that she likes him so much, because...
I don't see what's surprising about it.
I don't either. I mean, shoot. He's all good. I do believe he's giving me the vapors.
Yes.
But I think it's surprising to her, because she even made that comment, like, he's kind of small for me. That he's just not a big dude like Drogo, And, I mean, never really got a scale as to how big Dario is. But
he wasn't like a...
He was an intimidating guy because he's killed so many people.
That's the size of Jorah.
Yeah.
Maybe smaller.
Yeah. But, I mean, she looks at him and he's just like, he's just a guy from the north, just... I don't know. He's not what she expected. So she's intrigued by him because he's not the usual flavor,
Yeah. Do you think they're just laying there naked and he's like, look at all my knife wounds, and she's like, look at my axe wound.
Want to know how I got these scars?
Alright, so who is the king or queen at the very end?
I gotta say Jon Snow.
Jon Snow, not Daenerys.
Possibly Daenerys, but...
Who's in charge of those two?
I'm in charge.
Who's going to be like the one giving out orders and shit?
Oh.
Is it going to be Jon or is it going to be Daenerys?
I think it's probably going to be Jon. Like... Because I don't know if Daenerys might make it to the end.
Well, you just said that she was. You said that she's going to be queen.
I know. I keep going back and forth between. I can't make up my mind. But as of right this very second, I'm living in the thing that it's probably going to be Jon Snow sitting on the Iron Throne by himself.
Not as lonesome, huh?
Yeah. He's going to be the last Targaryen. He's like, I never even knew I was Targaryen until, you know.
The thing I don't really understand is, like, after, let's say all the Lannisters are gone, or like Cersei's dead, it doesn't really go to another Lannister.
No.
I mean, technically it's supposed to go to a Baratheon, but Cersei just took it because she's like, I'm the mom.
She's another usurper, basically.
Doesn't really make sense.
Mm-hmm. She had her own, so to speak, rebellion and just took it over. And no one questioned it.
Yeah, so let's say Cersei dies, Jaime's dead, Jon's dead, Daenerys is dead. At the very end.
Mm-hmm.
Who would be next in line? Would it be a Maester?
The best claim, I'd say, if Jon legitimizes Gendry. Or Jon and Daenerys legitimize Gendry.
That'd be weak sauce.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. I mean, he's the only one with royal blood still in him, kind of.
I think the person what's gonna happen at the very end, everybody's gonna be dead. Tyrion and Sansa. They were married once before.
Yeah.
And they get married. They become king and queen out of the good of the country. Like, there's really no, like, physical relationship between the two.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, that'd be... I'd like... Jon and Tyrion had that little conversation about, you know, that, yeah, me and your sister were married, but, you know, we didn't do anything, you know. But it would be kind of cool, because even going back, she had a thing where she was like, you know, well, he always treated me well, and this, and that. And even towards the end, before Joffrey died, and she had to, like, scoot out of town, they were actually getting along and kind of, like, forming an alliance, so to speak. So it would be kind of cool to see them end up together. Yeah,
because we've already seen her kind of run things up north, and she's doing a fairly good job.
Oh, yeah. I think she'd probably leave it to Arya to be Warden of the North.
Yeah.
And then she would go with Tyrion to rule in King's Landing. That would make sense. That would be actually really cool.
And then they raised Cersei's baby.
Yeah.
They raised a twincest baby.
Mm-hmm. A dwarven twincest baby.
That's my theory. I mean, the Game of Thrones is based off, like War of Roses, something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's kind of like how it ends up. In that, it ends up with, like, two parties of the warring faction coming together.
Yeah.
At least I think. I'm not. I'm making this up.
We're not history buffs.
No.
Unless it's comic book history, then we got a little bit more leeway in that.
But it wasn't like the people who were trying to become.
Yeah.
The ruler.
Mm. Be interesting to see. I like that.
At the very end, who's all left of the main characters?
I don't know.
What if Lady Mormont's declared the Warden of the North? That'd be sweet.
Oh, that would be cool.
That's what I want.
I don't know, but it's got to be a Stark, though.
I don't give a shit. I want Lady Mormont.
Yeah. Lady Mormont's awesome.
Yeah. At the very...
what if okay, you take out all the White Walkers, you know, take out the Night King. She's like, oh, fuck it, I'm moving north. She kicks down the wall and just goes north.
Really quick, because I don't really give a shit about the Greyjoys. Do you think Theon saves his sister?
I'd say no.
Do you think he dies trying to save his sister?
I think yes. I think there might be a moment where, yeah, he kills Euron. Like, he musters up that courage, he gets it, but, like, either he sustained too many wounds in the process that he dies anyway, but he does get his uncle, or he's able to do that. They try to escape, but they realize that it's futile and they die anyway.
I think he goes...
But she's like, even though it was a hopeless thing, you came and saved me, little brother. Like, you saved me. Even though we're about to die, like...
I think he goes to save her, and, like, there's practically nobody there because he's off getting the army. So he goes to rescue her, and, like, as they're leaving, like, that's when the whole fleet pulls up and, like, oh, okay, and they just blow him out of the water. That's my guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah, who do you think's alive at the very end?
At the very, very end?
Very, very end.
Fuck, dude.
I think in Tyrion, Sansa, Arya, Lady Mormont, Missandei.
You think Grey Worm?
And Grey Worm. And the Hound.
You're counting to 7, weren't you?
No. And Brienne. And Tormund.
Tormund, yes. I think...
So at 9, I was like... I think they're not like the head characters, but they're some big side characters.
I think everyone is fair game.
Oh yeah, everybody's fair game.
Everyone's fair game except for, like, who I feel in my gut is for sure going to make it to the end. Is Arya, Tyrion, Sansa, Tormund, and Brienne.
Okay.
Everyone else is possibly fucked.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's all we got to really discuss. I can't think of anything else. Can you think of anything?
Not really, no. I mean, we might have another post or another video down the line once, like, some other thoughts and ideas come in.
Yeah. Who's
to say? Especially if we just get in that mood where we watch from Season 1 to Season 7 again and come up with some new theories, but...
Well, we got to get you caught up on Westworld and True Detective. They're going to be doing Season 3 of True Detective here soon.
Westworld Season 2, we're going to be doing review episodes of those, possibly.
I guess we are. I don't know. I haven't been told this.
I was going to send you a memo.
Yeah.
But, figure, until we get Game of Thrones back up again on Season 8, we're going to have to fill it with something to obsess about, so... Until next time. See you later.